And a good evening, everyone, and welcome inside Highgate Arena right here in Highgate, Vermont, as we get ready tonight for the Battle of Highgate Arena between the 1-1-0 Milton Yellowjackets and the 2-0-0 Missisquoi Thunderbirds. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Nick Mumley, and tonight we're in for a good one between two of the biggest rivals in the state of Vermont. They share this Highgate Arena now, as they have for the past, I believe, 3 seasons in a row. And tonight is the annual Milton home game at the Missisquoi Thunderbird Arena. So we should be in for a good one here once again tonight. Never disappoints between these two teams. I think this is probably the lowest attendance between any of these teams in the history of this rivalry. This place is usually packed entryway to entryway as the game gets going. Before we drop the puck here tonight, we'd like to thank our sponsors for today's game: Northwestern Orthopedics, Collins Pearly Sports Complex, JC Image, Handy Toyota, and Barrett Ford. If your business would like to become a sports sponsor, contact staff at Northwest Access TV, 802-782-8676. And the game is underway here at Highgate Arena as MVU wins the face-off and sends it back into the zone, chipped off the glass there by Milton. Falling down out in front is Zeno, and MVU will work it down to the far side now. Tipped back in by Corbin Schreindorfer and sent back in now for Milton. Brandon Mitchell moves it along the boards. Picked up by the Thunderbirds. They now work in their own zone. Walking the top. There's a shot and a save made by Teddy Munson as the game gets underway. Now played up the far side wall. Played back to Cooper Goodrich. He'll skate behind his net and take it out for the Yellowjackets. Goodrich with speed up across the blue. Skates it in, and a shot comes in on the sophomore goaltender, Garrett Frazier, and he makes the save. With about 39 seconds gone here in this first period, end-to-end action as one would expect between Milton and MVU. As we get going here tonight, starting goaltenders, as we've already talked about, Garrett Frazier. He is the sophomore. In between the pipes for MVU, Teddy Munson. We saw him a couple of times already here on Northwest Access TV. He is replacing Jackson Ehler in a tough task, but he's been up to it so far. A 5-2 win for Milton the other night right here against St. Johnsbury. As Milton works it along the right side, point off the stick of Zach Kay, and it's picked up by Jackson Porter behind. Porter skates it along the near side wall. Porter tries to dig it out now. A gaggle of players over there in the corner, and it'll get sent back down to the far side once again for MVU. They'll go D-to-D. Trying to knock it down is Stephen King. Puck is loose out in front, kicked away by MVU on the defense there, and it's sent back up there by Carter Letourneau, a senior for Missisquoi. Puck still loose up along that far side corner there, right up against the wall. Sticked in there, and Frazier sends it off the high glass. Now, blowing a tire, I believe, is Porter there, trying to fall down. And now MVU will try to get it back. Letourneau is in there, but it'll be picked back up by the Thunderbirds. They'll go across D-to-D out of the reach of Stephen King, and cleared on back in there by Kyle Rafferty, and this one will go for icing with 13:18 remaining in the first period. MVU 2-0 on the season. The opening night win 6-2 over Colchester. Obviously a very special night, especially for Hunter Mason, the senior, getting his 100th career point with a hat trick, and then he added two more goals as we see him take the shot there. Rips one just wide to the left of Teddy Munson in the Milton net. Mason had 2 more goals to bring his total to 5 through 2 games in the 5-2 win at Hartford the other night for Missisquoi. And now we'll come back down for an offensive zone face-off once again for Missisquoi. Mason will take the face-off here for MVU. You got the fabulous sophomores out there, Messier and Schreindorfer, working with Mason. The puck comes loose. There's Messier, lifts the backhand, and that's blockered away by Munson. Now Mason will pick it up with a spin, and Mason will get knocked down. Back to the left point goes Gates. There's a shot, sticked away out in front, and brought back by Milton up the far side wall. Trying to dig it out is Scharschmidt. It'll come all the way back down for the third icing here in less than a minute. And we will take another offensive zone face-off for the Thunderbirds, with 12:48 now remaining in period number 1. Milton is off to a little bit of a shaky start. We talked about the departure of Jackson Ehler in that huge senior class that brought them to Gutterson Fieldhouse last year, where they ultimately fell in overtime to Harwood for the state championship. But Jackson Ehler was the big one in net. They had to They learned quickly that they were going to have to figure something out after the 8-6 loss on opening night to Burren-Burton. But Teddy Munson played a lot better the other night in the 5-2 win over St. Johnsbury. So they come in at 1-1 as they try to find position in the D2 standings. That's a shot flipped on, and it'll go to Stephen King, who will wire it around back behind. Mason looks out in front. Puck comes loose, and it goes wide of Teddy Munson. A little bit of a block out in front there by Milton to steer the puck away. Now picked back up Hunter Mason. Mason protects on the far side. Backhands it back out in front. Just misses out in front. Schreindorfer was going for it. And Milton will try to dig it out up against the wall. Now there's King. King with a shot. That just misses Munson. And it also will miss all the Thunderbirds trying to keep it in the zone and head all the way back down. To be played there by Caden LaPlante, the sophomore for the Thunderbirds. Now trying to dig it out. Far side corner, or near side corner once again. Couple of bodies going in there. King battling with Kay. Puck's still loose. Now MVU will dig it out. And here come the Thunderbirds working back in. It's Owen Kane. Kane fires a shot that rips wide on the blocker side of Munson. And it'll be stick back down at the line. Kane picks it off. Kane trying to work his way through. In the skates. Now going on to the backhand. A mirage of players out in front results in the puck bouncing behind the goal. Now trying to dig it out is Harley Vorse. Vorse moves it up right point. There's a wrist shot. Double deflection out in front off the right pad of Teddy Munson. And brought back out by Milton. Milton will dump it in and look for a regroup. They will forecheck hard on the Thunderbirds as Captain Charlie Gates rips it around the boards and finds the Milton captain, Cooper Goodrich. Goodrich now explodes up the middle. Goodrich now goes to the backhand. He protects, going around behind the net. Centers out in front. Nothing there for Milton. It'll come back out to Mitchell, who will send it deep. From center ice, and MVU will regroup. Charlie Gates knocked down there by Mason. Trying to find it again. There's Jake Benjamin. He takes the stagnant puck and moves it around back into the neutral zone, and Milton will play it in. This one will go across Frazier out in front. He does not have to play it. The Thunderbirds will work it back out. Isaac Overton moves it along to the captain, Gates. Gates finds Jake Benjamin. Benjamin settles the bouncing puck. In comes MVU up the wing. It's Porter. Porter survives the check and goes into the corner against Zeno. Now they're trapped up there against the whitetail sign in the far side corner. Trying to pick it back up is Benjamin, but it's sticked away there by Milton and Scharschmidt and sent back out. Kicking it down there was Zeno on the clearance, and the puck comes loose right at the blue line. Trying to dig it out is MVU. Porter will go for it, and it will be sent back out by Milton. A cross-ice pass there by Stephen King, the converted forward playing defense now in his senior year. Puck sent back in, chipped in by Benjamin, and it'll go in for a change. Knocked down on the backhand there by LaPlante for MVU, and kicked back in. Sending it around is Rafferty. Picked back up now. Trying to make a move is Messier. Drops it off. Schreindorfer makes a move, but the toe drag didn't quite work. It kicks back out in front. Munson had to make a stab at it, and it'll go down the ice for the fourth icing call of the game on the Milton Yellowjackets.
We'd like to thank Northwest Access TV for providing live stream coverage of tonight's game. All of the hockey games throughout the season. You can look them on Facebook at Northwest Access TV. Thank you.
So 9:21 to go in this first period. Scoreless so far between MVU and Milton. Face-off won by the Yellowjackets, sent back around. On the backhand there was Caleb Barnier, and back up comes Milton. Here comes Zach Kay. Kay works 1 against 3. He skates to the corner. Now he'll go behind the net. He'll survey up on the low circle. Now, top of the point. Wrist shot. Tipped out in front. Loose puck on the crease. And it's sent away. Frazier stands tall, and now moving out is Schreindorfer. Here comes Corbin Schreindorfer trying to make a move, but Cooper Goodrich, the captain, is there for Milton. He survives the check. Now another hit is sent back in. It'll go all the way down. No icing is the call from the referee. Making a move there into the corner is Owen Severy. Picked back up Hunter Mason. Mason now moves it along. Picked back up by Milton. And they'll work it around. And the Yellowjackets, in the midst of a change, couldn't make that pass cleanly, and it'll result in a turnover. MVU with another breakout. Here comes Messier. He'll spin it back. And the sophomore Ethan Messier will play it back down to be played there and kicked back in by Harley Vorse. Now sent back in, it's Cooper Goodrich. Goodrich below the goal line, kicks it up the wing to Brunel. Dustin Brunel works it up the middle. And here comes Milton in once again. Trying to find something in there was Brendan Cross. Instead, he'll just dump it in deep. Puck comes loose behind the goal. Picked up again, Charlie Gates. Gates looks up for the breakout pass, just misses the stick of Owen Kane. This one will come down for yet another icing call with 7:58 to go in period number 1. And both of these teams so far are just trying to feel each other out. No real good opportunities on net for either side so far. We'll see. That will change at some point as these two coaches adjust. Chris Hatt and Bryant Perry, two of the best in the business in the Division II ranks. They're sure to make some adjustments here at some point as MVU wins a faceoff. Charlie Gates makes a nice move, or that's Jackson Porter rather. Porter with a shot, that deflects over the top. Munson couldn't get a piece of it. Comes back to the right point, but instead it's picked up by Zeno. Zeno gets crunched into the boards there by Porter, and it's brought back behind. This will be Charlie Gates playing it around, trying to chip it to Isaac Overton, who couldn't make the play on it. Now Jake Benjamin. Benjamin on the backhand. He pivots wide. Picked up by Porter. Maybe not. Porter couldn't find it in the skates. Benjamin skates diagonally into the zone. Now picked off by Zeno. Here comes Riley Zeno, but he's 1-on-3. He'll flip it in, and it's a can of corn for the goaltender, Garrett Frazier. And we remain scoreless with 7:15 to go in the first period. Hope everybody's having a great night as you join us in here on Northwest Access TV's Facebook. And I'll tell you what, this does not feel like Milton MVU without all these fans in attendance. So we hope that you guys can all be back here and not have to listen to my voice in the near future. As Milton works it along now off the face-off, this is sticked out by MVU. And now out come the Thunderbirds with some numbers. Messier skates in around the check. That ended up being him throwing a check at Caleb Barnier. And it just kind of flutters in on Munson, who makes the save. And so MVU now garners the offensive zone face-off to be taken by the newest member of the 100 Points Club, Hunter Mason. And Ethan Messier's coming off the ice here. Wonder what's going on. Carter Letourneau will join the fray for MVU. And immediately he'll try to throw a big hit, as it's picked back up now behind by Cam Fougere for Milton. Now set back around. Zach Kay skates it in. On it there is LaPlante. LaPlante rips it around the back wall. Picked up there by Mason. Trying to send it deep for Schreindorfer. Couldn't get it, and he had another icing call. So, this first period has been the period of the icings so far. Just about everybody's sending the puck the distance. Like we've talked about, there hasn't been that many offensive chances. But for both teams, when a rush comes in or the opportunity for a rush is there, it almost kind of feels like a power play. So you got to send it down the ice if you get the opportunity. Offensive zone face-off for Milton. 6:34 to go in the first. Puck comes right in on Frazier, and he covers it at the last possible moment. As flying right in was Dustin Burnell, one of the seniors on this Milton squad. And so yet another whistle. Face-off one, up the left wing, trying to keep it in is Goodrich. Playing it on the backhand now and sending it on in was Brennan Cross for Milton. This one ramps high up in the air but stays on the pond. Bad stick there, trying to knock it down was Cross again. MVU on the backhand, that's Overton. Digging into the skates of Gates. Comes loose and Milton will try to move it on up. And here comes MVU, Jackson Porter with a nice move through the middle. Now Porter trying to beat Cooper Goodrich behind the goal. Porter loses handle of the puck and it slides back behind the net but comes back to the left point. Gates fires, shot tipped out in front. Comes winding in on Munson. He will hold for yet another whistle in a scoreless game with 5:40 left to go. Check that, 5:50 left to go in the first period here at Highgate Arena. As this one's sent back around, picked up there by Messier. Messier will turn and look to explode up the middle, but that quickly gets thwarted out by the Milton defense. Sent back in. There's Stephen King. King trying to find Schreindorfer, but it got blocked down there by Scharschmidt before it could get to him. Now Messier pinches him off the puck. Schreindorfer tries to cut in. Mason tries a stick lift. Puck will not even enter the Milton zone. Scharschmidt will dump it on in. It'll rattle around off the stanchion and come back in for Milton, but picked up again by Messier. And what a delight this kid is to watch. Just a sophomore, Ethan Messier is making things happen for MVU. Dumped back in once again. Mason will give chase. On it there is Rafferty. Played at the line by LaPlante. LaPlante keeps it in with the pinch. Mason trying to find it. Trying to dig it out is MVU. Comes back to LaPlante. Right point. Puck flutters up off the stick of Zeno. And up and out of play behind the goaltender Munson. With 4:47 to go in period number 1. In a scoreless game here between Missisquoi and Milton. Offensive zone face-off coming to you. Vorst takes it. One back shot, flipped up and in off the stick of Kane, and it's stopped again by Munson. And yet another whistle here. And this drawn-out first period. Neither team can break the ice. Flipped up there, trying to keep it in. Couldn't do it. Gates will chip it in with the backhand off the glass to save things there. But in comes Cam Fougere. Fougere breaks away, and it's stopped by Garrett Frajo. What a save on the breakaway for Cam Fougere. With 4:31 left in the first period, by far the best chance for either team. And Fougere shot it right into the M on the chest of Garrett Frajo. We remain scoreless at Highgate in the first period. Wrapped around there. Isaac Overton tries to move it along. Breakout pass off the stick of Letourneau, and it's sent back in. Cooper Goodrich will play it around. Played there on the far side again. Gates will look to settle it, and unable to play it is Benjamin. Trying to move out now, Missisquoi. Looking to make something happen. Benjamin couldn't get rid of the puck before Milton came in on the attack. Now playing it is Letourneau. Letourneau works it on in. Sent down there by Kay. Picked back up by Porter for MVU, but he turns it over. And trying to get in there for Milton is Tommy Campbell. Campbell works to the net. Great play by Charlie Gates to get Campbell off the puck into the corner. What could have been another breakaway there. Now Campbell's lost his stick. He gets up looking for somebody, and play will continue with 3:40 to go. Now out comes Benjamin. Jake Benjamin works it in for MVU. Dangles onto the backhand. Trying to find it. Back out in front to the center, and it's knocked away. Trying to keep it in is King. Save is made. Rebound is loose. It's sent back around behind the net of Munson. Now moving it along Rafferty with speed on the rush. He'll send it on in. It'll flutter down off the back wall. Now a stick lift there in the corner. They're kind of tied up going for it, and Stephen King will play it off to the corner. Missisquoi will look to try to get it out of the zone. It'll come out to Benjamin, I believe. Yes, Benjamin will skate it on in, fire it in, which is sticked off to the high circle from Munson, and Milton will move it back out with Mitchell. Playing it there is Messier. Messier moves it around. Schreindorfer on the backhand. Back out in front. Mitchell didn't get much on that one, and it's an easy cover-up for Garrett Frajo. And with 2:48 to go in the first period, we remain scoreless between Milton and MVU right here on Northwest Access TV. Mitchell will take the face-off against Messier. Puck turned on out in front, sticked off to the corner there by Frajo. Trying to work it around is LaPlante. Now Stephen King. King will try to go diagonal. Comes back out. Zeno has it. Play is offside. Face off there, one back. Milton trying to pick it up is Mitchell. Mitchell checked by Stephen King, sent back in, sticked away again by Frajo, trying to center one out in front. Puck is loose right in the middle, and it'll be cleared on out by Missisquoi, but a penalty now is coming up, and we'll see who it's on. It is on the Thunderbirds, and Caden LaPlante, a sophomore defenseman, will go off for 2 minutes, and for the final 2 minutes of this first period, it'll be a Milton power play. So 2:20 to go. Milton on the power play. LaPlante in the box for MVU, and the Thunderbirds get a quick clearance. Hooking is the jurisdiction. Dumps back in. Huge hit up along the boards. Hunter Mason crushes Zach Kay, and MVU will clear it back on out. Goodrich sending it back on in. Under 2 to go in the first period now. Milton and MVU scoreless so far, but the Yellowjackets trying to find something on the power play. In comes Goodrich. He walks in. Puck gets knocked loose. Goodrich now stops on a dime. Turns it back out in front. Trying to work around the Thunderbirds. Played there to Messier. Messier gets stood up by Kay. Kay tries to send it on in, but Messier checks him, and it'll get cleared on in. Once again by MVU. And that's one I'm sure Coach Chris Hatton is going to want Messier to just get rid of when you're on the penalty kill here late in the first period. Moving on in, Cam Fougere. Remember, he was robbed on the breakaway, and now a bad pass almost gets picked off there by Porter, and Milton has to regroup once again. Fougere with a good idea, but not nearly enough was on that pass to make it work, and now in comes Kay. Kay fires a shot. Save is made by Frazier with $1:02 to go in the first period, and still scoreless in this game. 42 seconds left on the power play for Milton. And the hooking penalty for Caden LaPlante. Here at Highgate, it has been a barn burner so far, and we're only in the first period. Back to the left point, knocked away, and Missisquoi has got an opportunity, but it goes off the stick of Porter. Now Porter will dump it in and will play it down below the goal. Porter maybe looking for some help a little bit. Benjamin's up high. Puck is still loose. Porter's still going for it. He's just trying to trap it up against the wall to kill off now the final 21 seconds of the power play. But it's turned over. Scharschmidt couldn't make something happen, and it comes back down now for Porter. Played there along the boards, Rafferty. Riley Zeno looks to work it out. And Scharschmidt now with 27 seconds in the first period. Scharschmidt moves in, fires a shot. Frazier makes the save and holds once again. And I'll tell you what, this goaltender, Garrett Frazier, the sophomore, has done a tremendous job tonight. He has been square on every single shot that he has faced. And he was so square on this one that the puck's lost in his equipment. So a little bit of a mini intermission here as they dig the puck out of Garrett Frazier's somewhere. Not sure right where that was, maybe in the pads of the sophomore goaltender. But Milton regroups on the power play, and picking that one out of the air was Frazier once again off the quick shot from the face-off from the captain Scharschmidt. And now 20.4 to go in the first period. Another offensive zone face-off. Power play is over for Milton. Scharschmidt fires another one. This one's blocked down. Trying to dig it out is Mitchell, but Gates is there along with Stephen King. Now Zeno will try to get in behind the net. Zeno has his stick lifted. 10 seconds to go. Down at the post, trying to make something happen. It'll come back out to center ice with 3, 2, and 1. And the first period will expire here at Highgate Arena. And in the Battle of Highgate Arena, we are scoreless between Milton and MVU. A great first period, and I'm sure we will be back with more here in just a few moments. Once again, after one, your score. Milton 0, MVU 0. We'll take a break, about 12 minutes here, and be back live right here on Northwest Access TV. All right, everybody, welcome back to period number 2 of action here between Missisquoi and Milton. From Highgate Arena, the Battle of Highgate Arena, and a scoreless draw through one. Two teams playing up to the top of their abilities here at Highgate Arena here tonight. Through one periods, no score as we get ready to go back playing once again. I'd like to first thank our sponsors here on Northwest Access TV, Northwestern Orthopedics, Collins Pearly Sports Complex, JC Image, Handy Toyota, and Barrett Ford. If your business would like to become a sports sponsor, please contact staff at Northwest Access TV at 802-782-8676. So we welcome everyone back in. I'm Nick Mumley, as always, with you here tonight from Highgate. Should be a good second period. Both teams about pretty even there in the first. There was a penalty to Caden LaPlante at the end that really gave Milton the tipping point. But the Thunderbird defense held strong, and so did the sophomore goaltender Garrett Frazier. And Frasio has been great so far in these games and in this season. And tonight he's been really good. He's been squaring himself to each and every one of those shots and making things happen. He made the breakaway save on Cam Fougere. And he's ready to go. And the same can be said for Teddy Munson in net for Milton. We saw him, at least I was here for his debut in net against Burren Burton last weekend. That went a lot rockier than tonight has so far. But let's hope the announcer's jinx doesn't play into that for Munson's sake as we will bring things back up. And the puck drops once again for period number 2. Moving it on in is MVU and trying to find something is Mason. Messier there on the backhand. He gets skated off the puck as the team skate on the fresh ice. It's Schreindorfer dumping it in here on this Missisquoi first line. Tries to pitch the puck on the corner, and Milton brings it in up the wall. Now skating it on in for Milton is Caleb Barnier. Barnier gets checked off the puck, but sends it to Mitchell behind. Mitchell now pirouettes behind the goal, tries to move to the front and make a move on Frasio, but Messier won it away. Messier skates it up to Mason. Mason tries to knock it down, picked up there by Messier. Messier tries to skate on through, working through a couple of Yellow Jackets. He'll dump it in, and it'll be covered here by Munson. Oh no, Munson will let it loose. They didn't blow the whistle when he covered the puck, and it comes back out. Goodrich will skate it across. Picked up there by Zeno. Play would have been offside, so he dumps it in as we enter the second minute of period number 2. And the 16th minute, or the 17th minute rather, of scoreless hockey here tonight at Highgate. As MVU works it around, looks for a breakout. Trying to dump it in is Benjamin. Picked up there. Oh, Gates couldn't find the puck. Zach Kay on him, and Milton trying to make it happen. But it comes back out to center ice. Played there by Fougere, dumped in. He'll give chase now on Charlie Gates. Gates casually finds his way to the puck behind the net. Picked up by Stephen King. King calmly skates it off. Deflects it indirectly to Gates. Gates fans on the pass out. And here's Benjamin. Benjamin trying to dig it out of the corner. Porter trying to go after it there. Off the wall again goes Gates. Fougere trying to get in with it. Picked up now MVU. Here's Jackson Porter. Porter skates diagonally into the zone. Porter onto the backhand. One-hand protection with the puck there. Oh, trying to knock it down, and somebody got hit as Carter Letourneau lost his stick. It came up and got him in the cage. Rattles him a little bit, but Milton moves it in, and a shot there deflects off of Stephen King and off to the back glass. Now picked back up. Here's Hunter Mason, but he trips down. No penalty yet, or is it? Or is it a penalty shot? It looked to me like Mason fell on his own. And that indeed will be the call. And if you go back and watch the replay, Mason got the puck, he settled it, and he fell down. I did not see any stick infraction on that play. He's pleading his case. MVU's bench is pleading their case. But nothing here. And a big hit thrown by Barnier. Scharschmidt moves on in. MVU trying to find something. Mitchell trying to dig it out. Mason finds it on the backhand. Avoids the check. Picked back up by Mitchell. Fires one wide to the left of Frasio. And it comes back in there for Schreindorfer. Corbin Schreindorfer tries to go to the backhand but falls right into Mitchell. Scharschmidt will try to dig it out. Schreindorfer has it again. Messier will tap it up to Mason, who cannot settle it, and it gets sent back in. Picked up by Milton. Trying to dig it out. Here come the Yellow Jackets. Zeno once again. Milton trying to find numbers and get some opportunities in here on Garrett Frasio and get some shots onto the sophomore. King settles behind. Skates around, up to LaPlante. LaPlante indirectly. Schreindorfer, fans on the pass. Picked up by Porter. Jackson Porter onside at the line. Porter moves in, now stops, trying to find something. Dug out there by Rafferty. Picked up there, goal line. Trying to send it across was Messier. Picked up by Benjamin, who will spin it back to the right point for a shot that's blocked down and taken up again by Milton. Moving on in for Milton, Jimmy Campbell. We didn't see him in the first period, but he's on the ice now. He'll send it in there for Dustin Brunel, another name we didn't say a whole lot in that first period for the Yellow Jackets. Now sent back in. Trying to dig it out is MVU. It'll come back. Hard pass across to Benjamin. Stick down out of the middle, and moving on in with it there is Jackson Porter. Porter will try to dig it out. Up along the left side wall. Played out there by Milton, and here they come once again. There's a wrist shot on from Brunel, and it'll be sticked away by Frajo. MVU skated out. 10:45 to go in the first period already. Over 4 minutes gone. Left side, left point shot way up in the air. Letourneau goes to knock it down. Picked up by Kay, and he fires it wide. Trying to dig it out is Owen Kane. Goodrich will send it the distance. Or MVU, rather, will send it the distance. Goodrich was in the area. And it'll result in an icing. So I believe we've seen 6, maybe 7 icings so far in the first 20 minutes of this period, or of this game. Sent back in. Puck is bouncing loose in this crease and trying to figure it out. It'll come back out. Shot kicked away left with the right pad save there by Frajo. That one's brought in and he gloved it. No angle, no shot. Frajo makes the save. 10:15 to go, second period. Garrett Frajo's been tough in net tonight for MVU. And here we go. Offensive zone face-off will be taken by Fougere, but won by Messier. Back it comes, quickly out it goes from King. Now Mason will give chase. Icing is the call. Both of these teams playing in an absolute stalemate so far. It's got that feeling of a classic 2-1 MVU versus Milton game. Back on out it comes. This one deflected off the wall, and icing is called again. That one was close, but I think it had the opportunity to be played just before the line. Therefore, the icing call. So another offensive zone face-off, another one for Fougere and Messier, and one again by MVU. Now trying to dig it out. MVU trying to jump through. Messier flying through the air, brings it in, and there's a shot from the point. It's loose out in front. Munson couldn't find it on the center ice shot from LaPlante, and that was purposely done by Caden LaPlante trying to put it on net. Now Mason, top of the circle, fires a shot, blocked down. LaPlante backhands it in, trying to dig it out now. Messier and Schreindorfer go for it. Schreindorfer the first to it. LaPlante plays it on the left point, shot deflects off the stick of Sevry, or Campbell rather, and comes back down at center ice. Played on in Messier. Messier fires one. Another shot deflected wide of the net. Picked up by Mason. Puts it back to the right point. King fires a shot high and wide. Now pinching in on the left point is LaPlante. LaPlante will move it along behind. Dug back out by Milton, and here come the Yellowjackets. It'll be Kay jumping it in. And it'll go for icing. And of course you can do that at the high school level, as everyone knows. You can still change after you ice the puck, which is used into the strategy of many. Nearly 6 minutes gone in period number 2. We're still scoreless in Highgate. It'll come back to the right point. Looking for a shot, deflecting it down, knocked away. Porter will pick it up. Porter will feed it back to the right point there. Now left point, wrist shot, blocked down there. Scharschmidt ate that one from MVU. And now sent back around. Porter. Back to Charlie Gates. Gates moves around Scharschmidt and almost lost the puck. And now Milton will move out with it. Here comes Milton and Mitchell. Fires one in and making himself wide and making the save again is Garrett Frajo with 8:32 to go. So it feels like we got a good 30-second sprint and then a whistle. And then 30 seconds again, and then a whistle, and nobody's been really even that close to scoring a goal yet. Every time a good shooting, an opportunity arises from a good shooting area, the shot has been deflected nearly every time tonight. Really, the only opportunities that come to mind in this game were when Hunter Mason fell, trying to stay onside, and when Cam Fougere missed the breakaway. Now back in for Milton once again on the backhand, trying to play it is Brennan Cross. Cross will move it down, played along by Gates, over the stick of Overton. It'll come back down on the wing to Jake Benjamin. Played on in. Benjamin controls on the backhand, works around one, can't work around Brunel, comes back in to Gates, and played by MVU. Now working it on out, this one will miss the stick of Laterno, and it will go all the way down for, on my watch, icing number 7 of the game. Maybe 8. I'm not writing it down, so I can't tell you for sure, but in my head it feels like 8. Face off one MVU once again. Back on the point, Fougere, Goodrich fires it. It goes off the glove of Frazier and bounces back behind the net and brought back up by MVU. Kane looks to the middle, an opportunity now, but it comes past the stick there of Keegan Zier for MVU. And back out once more. Trying to knock it down, Stephen King. Zier gives chase in the corner. Vorse will pick it up. Vorse will now get spun into the boards. Picked back up again by Vorse. Vorse tries to move to the middle. Zier is there. Wrist shot from LaPlante. Misses high and wide. Not within glove reach of Munson. And now it comes loose. LaPlante's just got to get rid of this as Goodrich turned on the Jets. And now in comes Milton. Back in front. Out in front. And a shot is turned wide by Goodrich. Trying to find him, kicking it out loose. Zach Kay was wide open in the middle. Milton's bench yelling for him. What an opportunity for the Yellowjackets. The best chance for either side tonight. Cam Goodrich had it fall off his stick right at point blank range, and another shot goes wide. Picked back up by Barnier, sent to the middle, and Milton will try to calm things down. Campbell sent back down by MVU, and icing number 9. And I think we needed that one, folks. It was getting a little bit too hectic right there. Goodrich with the opportunity of a lifetime, short side, right at the post, in the back door, and he couldn't stick it past Frazier into the wide open net. Back it comes, MVU on the draw. Overton rips it around the boards. Played their right point, sent back in by LaRock. Tyler LaRock is just a freshman for Milton, but he gets significant ice time for these guys. Puck comes loose behind the goal. Zeno tries to skate with it. Zeno has Scharschmidt, high circle, deflects down out in front, and Hunter Mason with a full head of steam takes it up. Finds Corbin Schreindorfer. Schreindorfer out of the reach of Messier, and it'll come back in towards Rafferty. Now back behind the goal. Milton there with it once more. Up the wall, trying to keep it in, they couldn't. Trying to get there Scharschmidt, but Schreindorfer is there instead. Pick back up MVU. They turn it over in neutral ice. Trying to make a move as Rafferty, but Zeno will dump it in. Played by the captain, Charlie Gates. Gates sticks around one, turns it over to Brunel. Here comes Milton with an opportunity. Tipped out in front and sticked away by Frazier. Now back once again, trying to send it out in front is Cross. And whoa, my goodness, that one came right in on Milton. And I believe it caught one of the guys on the bench right in the noggin. This game's had just a little bit of everything in it, other than goals, of course, with 5:08 to go in the second period. Last weekend, we saw Milton shoot a puck into the ceiling that never returned back to earth. And now they've shot one into their own bench and caught one of their own guys in the head. He looks to be okay, though. Otherwise, we wouldn't joke, as MVU brings it back on in. Brought back to the right point. Oh, there's some miscommunication between the defensemen. Milton brings it in. Opportunity, and a shot is stopped. Loose puck, rebound, and finding it is Frazier. Frantic moments for the Thunderbirds as both defensemen went for the shot at the same time. And Milton brought it in on the 3-on-2 rush. But standing tall in net once again, the sophomore Garrett Frazier gets it done, and we remain scoreless. Off the face-off. Milton's got it. Shot from the top of the circle for Fougere is stopped by Frazier with the blocker. Milton is taking over control of this game late in the second period. MVU has not had a good opportunity, I think, in this game. Definitely not since Hunter Mason had his shot at the breakaway. That has kind of taken the wind out of the sails for MVU, and Milton has dominated so far. MVU has scored 11 goals in 2 games, including 5 from Hunter Mason. Just has not been able to find the offense tonight. And with 4:25 to go in the second, they've got to figure things out fast here, because if Milton gets up 1-0 on him, that could create a bit of a problem. As the defense for the Yellowjackets has just been so great tonight. Both defenses really have. Frazier, I think, has been the better goalie, but he's had to work more. Teddy Munson's barely had to sweat. Oh no. Hunter Mason dropped him in the far side corner. You all saw it. This is going to be a penalty. This is going to be boarding. We'll see if it's 2 or 5. That is the important decision here amongst the officials. They will huddle as they always do for these kind of things. Glad to see the Milton skater get up and be okay after that hit. But this will certainly be a penalty on Hunter Mason for boarding. So we await the ruling, and there it is. Doomsday, MVU, 5-minute major on their top player, Hunter Mason. He's in the box for 5. 4 minutes to go in this period. And once again, Milton's going to end the period on the power play as the Yellowjackets work it around now. Goodrich on the left side. Working it back now. Once again, it's Fougere. Fougere skates it back. Goodrich, high circle. Look for the opportunity. He gets knocked down, and now an opportunity for MVU trying to clear it out. Messier couldn't find the puck. He was almost cherry-picking a little bit. And it'll be taken back, and he breaks his stick, slams it down in frustration. He needs another. He'll come off for a change, actually, with less than 4 to go in the period. Puck knocked down at the line. Milton will regroup. It's the captain, Goodrich. He'll find Fougere. Works it across now, and in comes Campbell. Campbell indirectly off the boards, trying to knock it down there at the line, and it'll get sent back. That's Orion Seaman for Milton. First time he touches the puck here this evening. Less than 3.5 to go in period number 2. It's Cooper Goodrich with it again. He'll stop up behind his own goal and skate it up the far side wing. Goodrich across the blue, now up across the red line. He comes into the goal, trying to make a move there, but nothing happening. Goodrich there once again. Goodrich trying to skate it through. Taking it out is Masiskoy and Jackson Porter. Porter walking across. Benjamin was with him, couldn't make it happen. Milton thwarts the opportunity for now. Puck still loose. Players going after it. Down in the corner there is Seaman, I believe. Now Porter goes down. Everybody's falling over each other in the far side corner. Milton trying to work it in. 2:45 to go in the period. And 3:25 on the 5-minute major to Mason. Picked up here, Goodrich. Goodrich will skate around, dangle a little bit, and a fire in there from Campbell sticked away. Picked up there, Fougere. Fougere tries to work it back low, looking for it is Seaman. Seaman trying to dig it loose, tangled up in the corner with Stephen King, ripped around the far side boards. Goodrich couldn't settle it. 2:10 to go, period number 2. Milton, all gas, no brakes. MVU trying to kill off the penalty. They're doing a great job as well. A defensive stalemate so far as we crack 2 minutes in period 2. Played there by Munson. Mason serving the 5-minute major. It's nearly half over now, and Milton hasn't really gotten much going. MVU has played aggressive on this penalty kill. Flipped back up and in for Kyle Rafferty. Rafferty moves it around. Zeno on the backhand. Across the dead wood from Ethan Messier. Rafferty works it up. Milton again. Here is Zeno. Zeno skates it in. Sent to the corner. Trying to dig it out there. Past the skate of Barnier. He slams the puck he slams the stick into the wall. And MVU is feeling it. Charlie Gates had a big old smile on his face coming back through here as MVU is killing this penalty well. But there's still just under 2 minutes to go on it. final minute of period number 2. Flip back up the wall, saved at the line by Rafferty. Messier tries to knock it down, still loose middle. Cleared on in by Zeno. Back in for King with 45 seconds to go. Sent back in now, trying to knock it loose is Messier. Picked up here with Rafferty. Rafferty with time and space. Skates on it. He gets hit hard by King. Wrapped around the boards, trying to save it again, but unable to save it again. For Milton was Barnier. 25 seconds in period 2. Here comes Zach K. K dances outside. He hit the post with the shot. Now back out it comes, trying to keep it in at the line. Great play by Fougere. It gets sent down again. Seaman works it in, looking middle. Cleared on out, but saved by Fougere at the left point. 5 seconds to go. Works in middle. There's a shot. And it's stopped by Frazier. My goodness. 2.4 to go in the period. Milton will have one last shot here. We'll see how they line up K. It'll be at the top of the circle. As the official picks up Ethan Messier's, the remains of his stick from about 4 minutes ago. I think that's the first 5-minute major I've ever seen, I don't think, without a whistle for over 4 minutes. Just incredible end-to-end action as the period will expire. And folks, if you're a fan of defensive hockey, you've come to the right place. MVU and Milton scoreless after 2 right here on Northwest Access TV. There will be 41 seconds remaining on Hunter Mason's boarding major when we return for period 3. Give us about 12 minutes, folks. We'll be back, get this ice cleaned up, and it's going to be one heck of a third period. So stay right with us here on Northwest Access TV. We'll be back in a bit. All right, everybody, welcome back. Time for period number 3. And boy, oh boy, it's going to be a good one. Milton and MVU scoreless after 2. Milton's going to start off with a 41-second power play after the 5-minute major to Hunter Mason for the Thunderbirds. And then MVU pulled off an incredible penalty kill. It was pointed out to me by Win Parody, actually, over the intermission. Charlie Gates played the entire 4 minutes and 19 seconds of that penalty kill. It's just incredible stuff. And Charlie Gates, a captain of all captains for MVU. Before we get going with this third period, as that buzzer subsides there, we'd like to thank our sponsors for today's game: Northwestern Orthopedics, Collins Pearly Sports Complex, JC Image, Handy Toyota, and Barrett Ford. If your business would like to become a sports sponsor, contact staff at Northwest Access TV at 802-782-8676. And of course, we thank everyone for tuning in and watching these games with us here throughout this strange COVID winter season. Here on Northwest Access TV, game is underway, third period. Milton and MVU. Cooper Goodrich walks on in. Drop back Zach K. K moves it along behind. They're still on the power play for 15 seconds. It's worked along. Right wing. Out in front. Knocked down. Flipped on out, but not out of the zone. Picked up by Fougere. He walks the low circle. Now works it up left point. Shot deflects down it. More of a block shot there for Milton and Owen Severy, as we figured out is the correct name. There's 2 number 10s on the Milton roster that was given to me. And I was just using Tommy Campbell, who was, I guess, one of the 10s. I guess I just picked that one up at random. No real rhyme or reason for it. But I'm being told by Owen Severy's family that number 10 is in fact Owen Severy. So I'll take his word. I'll take the family's word for it as he moves it along. And here comes Severy breaking on in. And it'll get knocked down out in front. Now Zeno with an opportunity. And he shatters the stick and he's flailing on the ice trying to get up, and he couldn't. And it'll come back out for MVU. Out of the box, there's Hunter Mason. He's nice and fresh. He's got an entire period plus those 4 minutes that he spent in the box for boarding. So fresh legs for number 19, the 100-point scorer for Missisquoi. As it's worked back down now, just outside of the reach of Jake Benjamin. Worked back in. King gets it low in the skates. Flipped back up and out to center ice once more. Played along his own blue line. There is Rafferty. He'll move it in. Gates will play it there for King. King indirectly into the skates of Mason. Mason out just past the stick of Benjamin, and it'll move on out. Now Charlie Gates, once again off the boards. Picked back up. Scharschmidt moves it in, and it's fired in off the blocker of Garrett Frazier, who's played a tremendous game for Missisquoi in net. Milton has 20 shots through 2 periods, MVU with just 10. Thunderbirds were held to 2 shots in period number 2. That's it. Not much offense for MVU. They've had a tough time with the breakout passes tonight, making things happen, the tape-to-tape passes. And every time that they get an opportunity on goal for Milton, there is a Milton defenseman stick in the way. And that's just how it's been all night. A lot of deflected shots from the Yellowjackets here, and that's why we're 0-0 for the large part. It's the Milton defense and Garrett Frazier for MVU. There's a wrist shot, and Frazier had a tough time with it, but he holds on with the glove. He knocked it down. It was still fluttering in midair, and I think he found it anyway with Milton players crashing down on him from all angles. Face off again, another tie-up. Gates will try to move it along. Somebody's lost a glove. It's from Milton. Shot out in front. Loose puck. Rebound. Severy misses the net wide. Cleared on out. And saving the day was Isaac Overton. Overton, the senior for MVU, blocks it on the goal line. Frazier is down and out. And for the second time, Milton with an opportunity at a wide open net, but fate would not have it. Moved along. Kay trying to dig it out middle, and Overton, the last line of defense, makes the play again, and MVU skates it back out in the other way. Here comes Messier. Messier as Schreindorfer fires a shot. Save made Munson. Rebound is loose. It'll come up the wing. Now played again. Here's Milton. Moving it on out for the Yellowjackets. Trying to dig it loose is Caleb Barnier. Flipped back around. Stephen King falls down, cleared it out while on 2 knees. Scharschmidt was trying to advance up the middle. And now knocked down up along the wall. Schreindorfer is there. Now kicked back out again. Backhanded up through by LaPlante. Trying to knock it down. Up the wing it goes. Trying to dig it out is Schreindorfer. Puck is loose. Picked up there by Letourneau. Flipped back up, and it'll stay in play. And knocked down now with the skate of Jackson Porter. Played there by Scharschmidt. Puck loose right at the blue line. Milton's able to dig it out. Scharschmidt clears it in. There's Stephen King. King flips the backhander. D. Picked up now. Moving on in is MVU and Porter. Porter behind the net. Protects. Still working with it. No help there. Trying to pinch at the line. King does. It worked for a second, but Milton's second line was able to get in there. And now it'll come loose for Brunel. Brunel with speed up the wing. He gets crunched into the boards, but keeps going. He throws a hit of his own. And now going in for the corner with it there with Benjamin was Cross. Now loose puck up along the line. Trying to skate it through the middle. Here comes Stephen King, the defenseman. The former forward turned defenseman walks in. Backhands one through the middle. Nobody home to be the recipient of the pass, and Benjamin misses on it. Benjamin was just trying to throw it towards the goal, but wasn't really giving it a good look, and he completely fanned on it, and it comes all the way back in. Clock ticks past 10 minutes to go in the third. No score. Milton, MVU, knotted up in a stalemate at Highgate Arena. Ripped around Isaac Overton. Moves it up along. Trying to knock it down. Puck comes loose right in on Munson. And he'll hold on. 9:44 left in period number 3 here at Highgate Arena. And we are still scoreless. Face off there, won by MVU. Trying to tip it back out. Milton will try to work it out with Cooper Goodrich. Goodrich and Zach Kay. Now behind the goal it goes. Cam Fougere works it around. Fougere with K off the skate of K, still in the zone. Mason there with it. Drop off pass. Messier shot deflects on loose puck, rebound. Sent away. What a deflection, and Munson had zero chance, but it went wide. Now back up. Wrist shot. Save made. Loose puck again, and Munson will save it. MVU with their top chances of the night with just under 10 to go in the third. Hunter Mason and Ethan Messier try to team up to make something happen. And the double deflection had Munson all out of position, but it wouldn't find its way to the back of the net. Barnier works it up. Stolen Mason, tipped in front, shot blocked again by Milton. Moving in is Scharschmidt. He goes hard into the boards, but is able to keep himself upright. Moving on in, penalty upcoming, and it's on Milton, I believe. Hooking is going to be the call down in the corner, and it is going to go on Zeno for Milton. Riley Zeno, the junior, is going to go off for 2. And now MVU, after 2 incredible penalty kills at the end of the first and the end of the second period, will now, with 8:52 remaining in the final stanza, get an opportunity with the man advantage. Face-off is taken there by Porter. Ripped around the boards, and Stephen King couldn't settle the bouncing puck. It'll go all the way down. Hunter Mason already has 5 goals on the season, 2 games in. Tripped up, nothing there. They're going to say no stick infraction. Frazier was already halfway to the bench. MVU's bench was trying for something too. Couldn't get it. Here come the Thunderbirds. Here's King. King edges, works his way in. Puck loose. Messier tried to shoulder it down, and it'll go down the ice for an icing once again. Ripped up the wall. Playing here, Jackson Porter. Porter plays it to the middle for Benjamin. Puck loose, and it'll come back to Mason. Mason skates across the blue line. Messier tries to deke. Sent back down by K. Mason trips over K as the 2 number 19s collide. And it'll be played behind by Stephen King. King moves it on out. Stephen King trying to go coast to coast. Stops at the line. King high circle. He scores! Stephen King stops up at the blue line, finds a point-blank shot from the high circle, and puts it past Teddy Munson. MVU leads it 1-0 with 7:40 to go. And a huge goal breaks a defensive stalemate through nearly an entire 3-period game. Stephen King, a former forward for 3 years of his varsity career, becomes a defenseman and an assistant captain this year on MVU and scores the first goal of the game here against rival Milton. But now Milton's putting on the pressure, working it along the boards. Trying to dig it out. Porter. Jackson Porter. 1v1. Porter moves to the corner. Lost it. They're now centered back out in front. It's loose and Munson can't find it. Puck is still loose. Thunderbirds trying to dig it out, and they will. Milton will move it back along. Now Overton. Wrist shot. Blocked down. Sent back out in front. Munson will find it, and Munson will hold. 7 minutes on the dot remaining in the third period. 1-0 the score. MVU leads on Milton. And boy, oh boy, I'm going to lose my voice tonight. I think we've passed that territory. Shot there, knocked away, loose puck rebound, and Munson once again. Now, face-off, poked away by Mason. Now here comes Scharschmidt trying to explode at the middle, but a great play again by Gates to knock it down. Sent back low once again, ripping it around the boards. Messier plays. Messier with a beautiful backhand pass. Here comes Hunter Mason. He flicks it on net and it goes wide. Sent back in front. Mason steers it middle, trying to knock it down. There is Messier. still nothing. Sticks going flying. It'll come back up to the left point for Caden LaPlante. LaPlante will backhand it in. Finding it now on the backhand is Messier. Puck still loose in the middle. Trying to keep it alive was LaPlante. What a play. Now Schrein to it for. He shoots and he misses wide. Now trying to find it once again. Sent back up top. Trying to find it, MVU. In comes Messier. A little dipsy doodle to the front, Mason. Oh, what a save by Munson! Now back to the top again. Pressure unrelenting from MVU. King looks for another tally and shoots it into the chest of the Milton netminder with 5:59 to go in the third. A tick under 6 to go in third period. Milton trying to dig it out, and they will. Here come the Yellowjackets working in. Opportunity goes by the wayside there. Goes into Mason's skates. Now flipped around the boards again. Ripped back around by Gates. Missing it there was Kyle Rafferty for Milton. And we see icing called on the play. 5:38 to go. And just like last Saturday night, Milton working against the clock in a game that very well could have been theirs if a couple of different bounces went their way. Now they've got to find a way to beat the sophomore goaltender Garrett Frazier, who's been tremendous tonight, and make something happen. But MVU unrelenting, looking for an insurance goal. Dump back in, sticked away. Porter there. Nearly misplayed it. What a move by Porter. Fires a shot. And eating it up is Munson. Great glove save by Teddy Munson on an even better toe drag from Jackson Porter on the right point. 5:16 to go. And the most important part there on that little move there from Porter, if he loses that puck, Milton's out on at least a 2-on-1, probably a breakaway the other way. So that move was not only fancy and fun to watch, but it was also vital. And now Milton gets exactly what they were looking for. Kay moves it in. 2-on-1, he missed the net. Now working again. MVU moving it out. Brought it back in. Here's Porter. He missed wide. Nothing there again. Flip back in Benjamin. Skating hard in the corner. Puck is loose. Letourneau couldn't find it in his skates. Trying to dig it out is Porter. Opportunities abound for both squads. Now as the ice opens up with under 5 to go. Sent back along. Dumped back in. This is going to be icing on Milton. Unbelievable there. They can't have that. Killa Barnier with a mental lapse sends it down the ice for icing with 4:32 to go and gives these Thunderbirds, who are all jacked up, an opportunity with an offensive zone faceoff, and MVU's going to get their first line out there. Chris Hatton wants to end this game now. Up to the right point. Wrist shot. King almost had his second. A heat-seeking missile in on Munson, and Munson makes the save. Now back out it comes around. Left point Zeno. Fires a shot in, blocked by Mason with the legs. And MVU will look to regroup, send it back out. They're in no hurry right now, up 1-0. And a game that's been all about defense. King with the diagonal across the zone pass. Mason fires one. Knocked down, rebound. Munson the save. Now another shot. Knocked down once again off the stick of King. Now Zeno to the middle. Zeno will try to explode through. Riley Zeno 1 on about 4 now. It had a chance to be 1-on-1, but MVU crashed well. Now he tries to knock the puck down, and it's sent back in. 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Cross will try to dig it out there from LaPlante. And a puck still loose up along the near side wall. Kick loose into the corner. Up along the blue line, dug out by Cross. Cross now spins back, gets checked down. Shot from Brunel, deflected down off the stick there of Jimmy Campbell and sent back around to be played there. Goodrich rips the shot, deflects on, and it goes. Sent off to the corner. Frazier had to have his defense help him there, and another bouncing puck just bounds wide of the net. Goodrich now 3 minutes. Goodrich waits for his mates to get back on side. Fires one in just past the glove of Frazier. Picked back up again, Goodrich. Goodrich centers it out in front. Played by LaPlante. Ripped around the wall and all the way down for no icing. No icing on that play. Now here comes Milton. Cam Fougere with speed through the neutral zone. Fougere tries to dance outside. Broken up by Jake Benjamin and brought back up for Missisquoi. Goodrich there with it. Goodrich flipped along the wall. Comes loose again. Trying to knock it loose. Benjamin finds Letourneau. Letourneau knocked away. Trying to skate it away now is Severi. Severi moves in. Fights off a check. Severi tucks it back and it comes back to Letourneau. And now here's Porter. Porter 1 against 2. Porter fires a shot blocked away without hesitation from Goodrich as we tick towards 2 minutes. Picked back up. Porter walks the line. Porter now dances in. Jackson Porter fires a shot. He scores! What a shot! Jackson Porter, and it's 2-0. My goodness. Jackson Porter gives MVU an insurance policy with 1:57 to go in the game. An absolute rifle from the top of the right circle finds the far side post and home. MVU 2, Milton nothing, 1:57 to go. And Bryant Perry is going to use his timeout. What a game this one has been tonight, folks. Don't have many words for it. MVU up 2-0 on Milton here with 2 third-period goals coming from 2 senior letter wearers on this team. Stephen King and Jackson Porter both putting the puck in the net for MVU tonight, and they have done a tremendous job for really 3-4 years in this MVU program. And now up 2-0 here. And how about Garrett Frazier in net for MVU? Trying to hold on. Has not allowed one yet, but Milton's going to be coming after him. Flip back up. Comes on in. Frazier knocks it down, covers it out. And we'll watch this Milton net here. It is empty. Teddy Munson is off. And the cage is exposed for Milton with 1:45 to go. They are desperate for a win here to try to stay in the hunt for the number 1 seed in D2. And a shot there rifled in. Saved by Frazier. With 1:40 to go. So Munson had played very well, but a couple of absolute snipes from King and Porter, 2 seniors, have MVU up 2-0. Milton trying to find something. It goes down, just misses the empty net by maybe 1.5 feet. That was as close as they will get, folks. Offensive zone face-off. Brandon Mitchell will take it for Milton. The junior wins it back. MVU will clear it down, and that one might have been closer than the last one by a centimeter or 2. And it's a good thing either of those goals have not gone in for MVU because I haven't seen who shot the puck. So I guess I got to keep a better eye on that. 1:21 to go in the third. MVU trying to finish it off. Mason runs the same exact play again. Schreindorfer now sends it down. Not enough juice. 70 seconds to go. Goodrich with it. Moves it up along. Off the skate of Kay. Him and Gates go flailing into the corner. picked up by MVU, cleared on in, bingo! That's Ethan Messier, the sophomore, puts it home and all but ices this one with 54 seconds on the clock. It's MVU 3, Milton nothing. Here we go, 3-0. MVU will hold on. They're going to go to 3-0 on the season. In a year where a lot of folks are calling it, quote, their year. What that means, we'll find out eventually. But a lot of folks have a lot of excitement about this Missisquoi team that has not won a championship now in 12 years. And as they've been so close for the last 3 or 4. But they're going to be off to a 3-0 start here. This one came at a little bit of a little bit tougher than the Colchester and Hartford blowouts. But a win is a win nonetheless, and this team's going to be excited to be 3-0 with a 3-0 win here this evening. As for Milton, still a few questions to be answered and some holes to be filled. But my goodness, can they work from this defense. They held MVU to 2 shots, probably the best offense in the state, D2-wise. Dumped on in, 15 seconds to go. Milton, if they can get Teddy Munson to just play reliably consistent in net, things are going to go very, very well for them. As moving on in, trying to send it in, 3 seconds. How about that? First varsity shutout. Garrett Frazier, how's it feel? 3-0 the final score. MVU with a dominant third period knocks off Milton to move to 3-0 on the season. Goals from Stephen King, Jackson Porter, and Ethan Messier do the trick. And MVU wins it 3-0 in the Battle of Highgate Arena here tonight. What a game, folks. Stalemate through over 30 minutes of action. And it goes on with about 7 minutes to go. King pockets the game-winning goal. And then Jackson Porter put in the insurance marker with about 2 minutes to go. And then the empty netter from Messier gets it done. So Chris Hatton and his Thunderbirds are 3-0 in the season. It's a shutout for Garrett Frazier, first of his career. And MVU moves to 3-0 on the year. Milton falls to 1-2. Before we sign off tonight, we'd like to thank our sponsors one final time for all they do to help us put on these live broadcasts for you. MVU and BFA all season long. Northwestern Orthopedics, Collins Prentley Sports Complex, JC Image, Handy Toyota, and Barrett Ford. If your business would like to become a sports sponsor, please contact staff at Northwest Access TV, 802-782-8676. That's all we have for you here tonight. For Mason doing a wonderful job back behind the camera and making all the audio sound good and nice and fancy and in 4K. Thank him tonight for all his hard work. I'm Nick Mumley. Thanks everybody for watching. We know we got a lot of viewers tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you tuning in and joining us for tonight's broadcast. But that's all we got for you. Once again, final score, MVU 3, Milton nothing. Here from Highgate. Have a wonderful night, everyone.